Hello and welcome back to 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer, Jeremiah Long, and joining me to talk about the Missouri Tigers 2022 recruiting class is our host, a man who brings you all the information you need on every single recruiting class, no matter how dense, no matter how easy, no matter how hard to pronounce, no matter how easy to pronounce. It's our man himself, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, man?
What's going on, Jeremiah? Happy to do another recruiting class video. Keep in mind, everyone watching out there, this is only the recruits from today, January 17th. So don't ridicule me in the comments if I'm missing some of the players, just saying. But yeah, this is just at this moment. I can't wait to get into this class. I got some really good guys coming in. I can't wait to talk about the Mizzou Tigers, baby.
Absolutely. And for everybody watching live or watching our replay on our video or listening to our amazing podcast, thank you so much. And thank you for doing by word of mouth, sharing our videos and our links and just talking about the fact that we exist with your friends and family and your coworkers. All of those shares and just talking in word of mouth and being like, hey, have you heard by word of mouth of 100 yards of football? And they'll be like, well, by word of mouth, I have not. Thank you for telling me, sir. And by sharing it just that way over and over again, you have helped us to grow so quickly. So we just want to say thank you so much. Well, Mr. Logan Landers, Missouri Tigers 2022, what does the recruiting class look like as of January 17th on a Monday morning at 8:30?
All right, let's do it. Let me get this off the screen here. Pull up 24/7 Sports, where I'm getting all my recruits from, of course. Make sure this looks nice here on the screen. And here we are, the recruits for Missouri. And how about the transfers coming over, the guys who are going to hope to make an immediate impact? We have Joseph Charlton, the safety, coming over from Clemson. Brent Polgar coming over from Buffalo. Jaden Jernigan coming over from the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And Drayden Norwood coming over from the Aggies at Texas A&M. So pretty good prospects there. We'll see how they can contribute in the very near future. One hard commit who's yet to sign that letter to come on over. This happened all the way back in July of 2020, so we'll see what he decides to do in the next few weeks. Is Desean Woods from Central High School in Omaha, Nebraska. Offensive lineman, 6'4", 270, four-star recruit, 9th in the position, 2nd in the state, 163rd nationally ranked. So a very good player there. Hopefully, the Tigers hoping that he can finally come on over and work with them for the very near future. We'll see what he does, though. All right, also on now to the guys who have already signed that letter, who are going to be future Missouri Tigers for the next couple of seasons. We have Valen Erickson, the offensive tackle, 6'6", 280, 3-star recruit, 18th in the state, 65th in the position, 76th nationally. He's 6'6", 280, so a very good size on him. Coming out of St. Rita High School in Chicago, Illinois. Like the size of the young man, 6'6", 280, that's solid, and we'll see how many guys he can protect throughout his college tenure. Tristan Wilson, the offensive lineman, up next. Another one. He's 6'5", 295, a 3-star recruit from Lebanon High School in Lebanon, Missouri. 757th ranked nationally, 39th in position, 17th in the state. Hopefully him and Erickson are going to pair up and be a dynamic duo. A tight end next is Max Windsor from Lee's Summit High School in Lee's Summit, Missouri. He's 6'6", 240, like the size on him. A 3-star recruit, 756 ranked nationally, 39th in position, 16th in the state. So looking good there. Pretty much similar. We had 756 with Max, and now we have 757 with Tristan. So there was no wonder those numbers were so close there. I had to double check, make sure I was reading the right one. They're very similar, and we'll see what Max can do as a tight end. Up next is Jalen Marshall, the defensive lineman, 6'5", 275, from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Overland Park, Kansas. 676 ranked nationally, 97th in position, and 5th in his state. So they're getting some guys with size on both the offense and defense. I'm liking it so far, but we're going to go a little bit smaller now. Go to the wide receiver with Makai Miller from Blue Valley North High School in Leawood, Kansas. Like a 6'1", 185, not bad. He's a 3-star recruit, 613th ranked national player, 85th in a position, and 3rd out of the state. So they're getting a really good guy here. Solid size. We'll see if he's going to be more of a vertical threat or a speed threat. Either way, I'm excited to see what he's going to do as a Tiger. We have another offensive lineman here with Armand Mimbo from Lee Summit North High School in Lee Summit, Missouri. 6'4", 320, a 3-star recruit, 489th ranked nationally. He's 22nd in position and 11th out the state of Missouri. So they're going big. I like it. They got to beef up their O-line, their D-line. They got a receiver and a tight end there as well. And I like the size of Mr. Armand Mimbo. Xavier Simmons from Northwest Guilford High School is up next, a linebacker who's 6'3", 235, a 3-star recruit. 390th ranked national player, 39th position, 12th in the state, looking solid here. They're really going heavy on defense, so that lets you know that they need to focus on that. I mean, they were 6-7 this year, so not the best in the world. So they got to really improve if they really want to get back into the upper echelon of the SEC. I like what they're doing here so far, and they're going to continue with some defense with a cornerback by the name of Marcus Scott II from Conroe High School in Conroe, Texas. 6'2", 170, about on the smaller side. A three-star recruit who's 384th ranked nationally, 40th in position, 53rd in his state. So they're getting the corners now. You'd like to see it. Going back to the wide receiving, well, they have Jamarian Wayne from West High School in Baldwin, Missouri. He's 6 foot 380 pounds. He's a 4-star recruit, so we're getting 4 stars and up from here on out. 274th ranked national player, 42nd in position, and 6th out of his state. I told you this is a good recruiting class, and it's only going to get better with the safety. Isaac Thompson from St. Louis University in St. Louis, Missouri. He's a safety, like I said, he's 6'2", 205, a 4-star recruit, 205th ranked national player, 16th in his position, and 5th out the state of Missouri. Looking good here. I like what they're doing. They're covering all their tracks pretty much. Going back to the D-line, DJ Wesselak, an edge rusher from Boonville High School in Boonville, Missouri. He's 6'4", 235 pounds. A 4-star recruit, 193rd ranked national player, so we're inside the top 200 now. He's a 14th in position and also 4th in his state, so looking solid here. Also joining him on that defensive line will be Marquise Graciel from St. Charles High School in St. Charles, Missouri. A defensive lineman, like I mentioned, 6'4", 310, good size in the young man. 186th ranked national player, 25th in position, and 3rd out of his state. Looking good here. We were first running back and only running back here by the name of Tavris Jones from Bergs High School in El Paso, Texas. 5'10", 195, pretty solid build for a running back. A 4-star recruit, 161st ranked national player, 13th in his position, and 29th in the state. Looking solid here. Our first quarterback and only is Sam Horn from Collins Hill High School out of Suwanee, Georgia. Represent. He's 6'4", 190 pounds. 4-star recruit, 125th ranked national player, 9th in position, and 14th in the state. So hopefully he can have a long and prosperous career. We love to see everyone from Georgia getting a fair shot in college football. But now we have the cream of the crop, one of the best players, not just in the SEC, not just for Missouri, but in all of college, but in all of high school coming into college. We have Luther Burden from East St. Louis High School in East St. Louis, Illinois. A wide receiver, 6 foot 200 even. 5-star recruit, 3rd ranked national player. Yes, you read that right. 3rd ranked national player, 1st position, and number 1 out of his state. So what a big get here for Missouri. They're expecting a lot of big things from this young man. Might try and break some school records, get a ton of catches. He's going to be a menace on the field, you would think. And they did great with this recruiting class here. So they were ranked 11th nationally. That's tremendous for them. 4th in the SEC, which is pretty amazing considering all the great talent that we all know is in that conference. So overall, just a very good recruiting class. Quick breakdown here just by state. Obviously, the ones in Missouri got the majority of their guys that had 7. Illinois had 2. Kansas had 2. Texas with 2. Georgia with 1. Nebraska with 1. And also 1 from North Carolina. Position, we had a quarterback, a running back, 4 receivers, 4 offensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen, a linebacker, and 2 defensive backs. So, man, overall, what a tremendous recruiting class here for Missouri. They definitely, like I said, they need a little bit of help, and they're hoping that these recruits can help them in the very near future, help them out and get some more big wins. And I really like this class. They got everything covered, all of their bases covered. They got quarterbacks, running backs, defensive linemen, you name it, and they covered it here in their 2022 recruiting special. So I really like this class, and I can't wait to see what Missouri's going to do in the very close future, the next year or two. I think they're going to make a big leap, and I'm excited for it, man. Get some new blood, get some really good talent there in the SEC, because Missouri is, whenever they have some good recruits, they are a dominant school, and I can't wait to see them to get them back to their old glory.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is time. I mean, it's not that many years ago that we were speaking about Missouri Tigers and someone even like, an Alabama or somebody in the same breath at times, and they still have this strong defense, that they've been building up for a few years. And, it's coming down to this, when it comes to football recruiting in the college level, you've got to have several years of good recruiting to really have a chance at really going at it. So it's great to see them really building up and trying to find that edge that they can, so that they can, in the next couple of years, really build up another powerhouse of a team. Well, for everybody watching, tell us, what do you think? Do you think the Missouri Tigers will be able to put together a recruiting class that will be world-class this year, or are they still going to take a few more years to build up these classes as they get this strong backbone behind them, get everybody accustomed to the system, and get everybody moving? Let us know in the comments what you think. And if you're listening to us and watching us live, thank you so much. But if you're listening to our podcast, thank you again. And if you're not listening to our podcast, come and join us. We are 100 yards of football anywhere that you listen to podcasts, including over on Spotify, over on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google. What's the one that we've been seeing get Overcast. Thank you so much for listening to us on Overcast, all of our amazing listeners, and over on Amazon Podcast. We've been getting great traction. Out of nowhere, we're like, wow, we've got so many great people joining us from those platforms. So we just wanted to give a shout out to all of you guys. And so thank you so much for listening. And if you're not listening, join us on your favorite podcast platform. It's completely free. You can come in, you can join us. We will give you your weekly dose of amazing football information every single week. So we just want to say thank you. And you can listen to us in the morning. You can listen to us while you're at work during the day, or listen to us on your drive back home. Or if you spend your time in your car or in your vehicle doing your job, then you can listen to us while you're doing your deliveries, while you're driving your 18-wheeler, while you're doing your Uber driving, or whatever it is that you love to do. So thank you so much for all of our consistent listeners who come to us every single week, who download the podcast, who leave us reviews, and who watch and listen to our program every single week. So you have been listening to the Missouri Football 2022 Recruiting Class Breakdown. I am your producer, Jeremiah Long. This has been hosted by our amazing host, Mr. Logan Landers. And if you love what we're doing right here, then just stick with us. We're about to be right back